Hey, what is up guys, Ravenwolf here today. Here's my beautiful hands. We are going to be building a computer, but it's not going to be a normal computer. First of all, this will be my actual main PC for quite a while after this point, except it's going to be a sleeper PC. So this case here is from an old HP Pavilion, and here's the front of it here. It's not glamorous in any way, but yeah. So this is what we have, and we're going to be basically making a gaming PC today. First off, don't mock me. I'm wearing my glasses today, just so I can see. But anyway, so first off, I'm gonna sort of give you a quick overview of the parts. I already installed the CPU, by the way. So I have a 1 terabyte Toshiba hard drive, 7200 RPM, obviously. I have a Cooler Master T2, I think, cooler. Might be the 212, I'm not sure. For RAM, I went pretty simple and cheap, and I just got 2 sticks of 4 gigabyte low profile DDR3. This should work. And then for my graphics card, I just actually got this fixed. I got it for free, and one of the fans was broken, so I got that replaced, and boom, it works fine now. So this is a GTX 750 Ti Twin Frozr OC 2 gigabyte card. It's fared me well in the past, so I'm putting it in this build, so that'll be fun. My motherboard, I'm actually going to be replacing this motherboard quite soon. So I'm not sure if you can see on the camera here. You probably can't. But right here, one of the SATA ports broke off. That wasn't even, like, literally my heart. It wouldn't boot one day, and I was like, "What's this?" And SATA drive just it wasn't there. So yeah, all this is going to get installed in here today, and yeah. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to install the I/O shield here. So this goes in just like this, just pops in the back. Now, these are the most annoying things, especially when you have these crummy ones like this that just are super flimsy and usually aren't made very well. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the CPU that I'm using is the AMD FX 8350. It's an 8-core processor. It still fares pretty well in modern games and all that. Where's my screwdriver? Let's just go in. Oh great, I dented it. Okay, well I guess that's as much as it's gonna be going in. You know what, screw it. Who needs an I/O shield? It won't be that big of a deal. Although it would preserve aesthetics, I'm not really here for that. It is a sleeper PC after all. So, since we didn't do that, I'm going to actually go ahead and install the motherboard first, because in a case like this, it's pretty cramped, and putting the power supply in first is sometimes a bit harder. Alright, so here we are. Here's the motherboard, and it just slides in normally. As long as I don't break it. Like I've broken all the other things on it. Whew. And just line it up with the holes through the motherboard there, like that. And then you can get your screws and not drop them like I just did. Power supply is going to have to exhaust into the case, which isn't ideal, but it will work. Also, to keep the computer from completely exploding, we will be installing a exhaust fan in the back right here, except I don't have one that actually fits the hole, so we will be using this red LED Corsair 120mm fan. Now, if you haven't noticed, that doesn't fit. So, what we're actually going to end up doing is duct taping it in, and I know that's janky and I know it's ghetto, but it's probably worth it if we don't want a thermal throttle. Otherwise, I can probably fit one screw in and then just prop it up like that. You know what? I think we might do that. Let me actually just do that now. Except no, we have the 4-pin put in. So, yeah, let's just finish on the power supply first. Alright, so now that we have the power supply installed, we're going to be plugging in the 4-pin CPU power and the 24-pin motherboard power. So here's a 4-pin. Okay. So we're gonna try to keep this as tidy as we can, considering that we don't have space in the back for cable management. So we're just going to plug it in there, and we are going to plug it in there. And we'll do some tucking and all that in a minute. But for right now, what we're actually going to do is install the fan, because we're going to have to end up putting it on top of the 4-pin. But it's vital that we at least have this fan. So originally I was going to install the fan first, but I decided that I'm going to actually put the hard drive in before that, just because I want to get these cables out of the way. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Alrighty, so the hard drive is installed, which means that I can actually tuck these 24-pin cables away somewhat and put these extra Molex cables under the drive slot. Alright, so this fan is actually secured in there pretty well with this tape. It's not elegant, I know, I just don't have a solution right now, and it's LED, and who doesn't love LEDs? So yeah, but also, in order to not have to reach this cable over the GPU to the 3-pin connector over there, I'm going to be using this adapter here that's a Molex to 3-pin fan connector. It has 3 connections. I'm only using one, but yeah, so that'll also, I'll be able to tuck it up in the DVD bay, which, by the way, that's the next thing to install. Alright, so now I'm going to be installing the CPU cooler, which I believe we want to, I think we're gonna have to vent downwards towards the GPU, which isn't great, but it's the best we can do. I'm gonna have to set the camera here for a second, because this is a sort of difficult process. After a bit of death, the CPU cooler is actually on the CPU. I'm gonna try to tuck the fan connector for it under it, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen here. That's the best I can do. Now it's time for RAM. Everything is installed, the DVD drive, everything is installed. So, what I'm actually going to do, before I install the GPU, is I'm going to make sure that this turns on, make sure that I plug the power button in the right spot, and here we go. And it lives. Beautiful. Okay, so now it's just the GPU that needs to be installed, and all will be well. Nice. Okay, so here's the GPU, and this case has a sort of weird fastening system, so we're gonna hope that it's nice to us today, and just let this plug it in, and I think it will. There we go. So the GPU is technically installed, but we do need to put the little screw in and all that for support. Well, let's get one of those and just use our thumbs real quick. Well, one of the thumbs. Oof. Not very good at this, holding the camera and doing stuff at the same time. So there we go. Freaking gaming PC. Alright, so I have the computer hooked up at my little test station here. We are going to power it up and see if it decides to work. Oh, we got a blue light. Ooh, posted. Will it boot though? Please do. Yes! 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 Okay, so it turns on. It boots. Ish. It's one of my toys for like, oh my god. In the midst of dead computers and all that, there's just a toy tractor. And my guitar's here. My lovely little Stratocaster. Alright, is it? Well, will it booty? Give me the booty. Alright, oh, we have a cursor. It's all good. It works. We've got a cursor. Plus, we don't have front I/O and the hard drive's just sitting there, so hi there, hard drive. Yeah. That's pretty interesting. So let's just close that up and let's get into some games. Alright, so how does the Sleeper perform? Well, as we can see in this AAA title, you know, it's, I mean, really top performance. As you can see, it doesn't make me any better at the game. But so it runs GTA 5 at around 60 FPS. Sometimes hits into the 80s and hundreds, but of course that's with some tweaking. The automatic thing for the aspect ratio is really wonk, so I still need to do some tweaking, but I should be able to get higher FPS than this as well. And this is on very high settings as well, so yeah. It's a pretty good computer. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.